Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance, where today we are going to try and take the blue baby to mother. And if we manage to do that, we only have one thing left to do as this character, so that is slightly exciting. I'm hoping we can make some progress here. This character being one that has more health than the keepers, I'm feeling a little bit more confident about it in general, but you know, we'll see what we can get. For now, our first item is Stompy Leo right there, which isn't amazing, but let's see if we can make it work. It does allow us to destroy every rock in the game by just walking over it. Poops will be instantly destroyed as well, which can kind of end up being useful. If we find hallowed ground, then it does become a bit less good because you instantly destroy the poop because you're walking over it. And of course we can only get soul hearts with this character, so I would like to purchase that soul heart if we can. If not, that's fine I suppose, but given the fact that we can destroy every rock in the game and hopefully, well, we have a bomb so we can blow up like the shopkeeper or the donation machine as well. Especially if we blow up the donation machine, we're guaranteed to get enough money to get that soul heart, so that's nice. But we do have to watch out for some of the bomb rocks as well, as we can just accidentally blow ourselves up like that, and that is obviously not great. It is kind of worthwhile to look for crawl spaces with Leo. It is an item that I generally don't get because I usually end up just taking more damage than actually receiving positive effects from it by either walking over a mushroom or a explosive rock or something like that. But I'm hoping that this time around it doesn't happen. It has been a while since I've used the item, so maybe my opinion on it has changed, but I believe if I try to walk over one of these barrels, they'll just explode as well, so I'm just going to play it as safely as I can. Didn't end up getting another coin, unfortunately, so we may have to blow up the donation machine here, depending on if we get a coin from the boss here. Technically possible. If we get something like Pageant Boy, then that will give us a whole bunch of coins, so that will at least be one coin. And that should be enough to get that soul heart, but if we cannot get it, then it's not the end of the world, I suppose. It's just that it's a little bit nicer to have health over not having health at the end of the day. Obviously I could also just go look for the secret room as well, and there's a chance that there is some money for me to grab there. And technically speaking, there can be a couple of coins in the room leading to the downpour or the dross as well, so there's still some opportunities available for sure. I kind of want to look for the secret room just because I think it's a little bit more interesting, but let's see what we have here first. We have a spoon so we can move a little bit quicker. We somehow managed to not to destroy that poop right there, which is fair enough. Was kind of expecting to get at least one coin from destroying poops as well, but that didn't end up really happening either. And I'm pretty sure the secret room can be here. I'm just going to check out this place just in case, but it does look fairly hopeful. And indeed. And ultimately it bit me in the butt. But you know, that's the way it is sometimes. It unfortunately means we cannot get that soul heart. But we did get 2 keys, and that might end up being useful on the later floors. Nearly walked into that bomb rock, but it ended up working out as well. So we have to be a little bit more careful. There is still the curse room as well, which could be nice. Technically that can contain coins as well, but that can also happen, which is obviously not preferable. I'm actually not sure if it always happens with those buckets. I'm actually not that super familiar with them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just blow up into tears every single time, so probably could have avoided that, but fair enough. A nice thing about the buckets is they can contain the leech as well. They can also contain the enemies, unfortunately, but when they do contain the item, that is a little bit of a damage bonus for this character, not much else. You cannot heal with it like with the other characters, unfortunately. But if we can get that damage bonus, that would be lovely as well, but not exactly expecting it. Yeah, the poops are not exactly paying out so far, and I'm hoping that's going to change as we progress through this run, but so far it has been a fairly weak showing of the things here, which is unfortunate. That champion has taken a lot of damage, so I'm assuming, yeah, there we go. And he dropped a pill. I might just leave that pill there for now, or take it with me rather, in the hope that it will end up paying out in the future. Or when my health is a little bit lower, it might end up being a health up pill or something like that. That was an unfortunate hit, but we did get a coin trinket, so that is kind of nice if we end up taking more damage at least. And the item room here. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. That's probably better than that trinket. Bot fly, I mean, it's not bad. It's not great either, but it's a line of defense, I suppose. But mostly, I'm looking for any offensive attacks that we can find here, so... Really, I kind of want to risk it. I'm gonna risk it. Probably should have just gone with the bot fly. It is part of the Lord of the Flies transformation as well, which already makes it a pretty attractive choice. That's Diplopia. Which could be good, especially if we get a Devil Deal, then we can just get all the Devil Deal items for free, which is obviously pretty great. And it won't lower our Angel Room chances either, which is pretty nice as well. A lot of good things about that. But I will just go through the floor first. Let's see if we can maybe get one more like nickel or something from the poops that we're going to destroy thanks to this poop trinket. Otherwise, we will just have to blow up the donation machine, which is still in the cards for sure. But obviously, I'd rather avoid it if I can. That's no longer as bothersome. With that amount of bombs, we can more than easily just destroy all those things and not really worry about life too much, so that is actually quite nice. You can just more or less ignore the heads, and as long as you do that, they're not going to do much of anything to you. I mean, you can walk into them, I suppose, which would be kind of bad, but other than that, they're not too troublesome. And if you do it right, you can like push them into the flames as well, which makes this room a little bit easier. Alternatively, you can push them right next to the flames and be sad for a little bit. Didn't get a soul heart from those flames, which is not great. The secret room might be here, actually. I don't think it can reasonably be in many other places. That is a ring, which gives you an aura that freezes enemies in place. I'm not actually familiar with this item, so that is a close aura. I mean, if the aura was a little bit closer, I'd probably consider it a little bit more, but I need to get real close to enemies before that has any effect on anyone. But yeah, fair enough. It'll probably get some uses. I don't know if it always activates or just sometimes. I kind of want to experiment with it a little bit, but not with enemies that turn invisible, I suppose. Alright, didn't quite get enough money there. 2 pills, bad gas, and shot speed down. Not the greatest pill pool ever. Yeah, I kind of gotta go for Diplopia here. I still definitely want to retain the Angel Room chance, I guess, because I don't really want to spend the money on it. I will also just quickly pick up this counterfeit penny for extra money right there as well. But yeah, I feel like the poop trinket is just a valuable way of getting more consumables and the like, so I kind of want to just retain that option for sure. And I kind of feel like this is probably a super secret room. There you go. It's more or less the only possible place it could be. Could technically use that to just get an extra heart with Diplopia, but it doesn't seem like a very good idea, does it? I'm actually just going to use the Chariot card on this. Oh, and it actually did freeze him there. I guess Chariot with this ring is actually pretty good. Let's see what our Devil Deal contains. Okay, Purgatory. I mean, I guess that's fine. It's not exactly super exciting or anything, but it's a little bit exciting at the end of the day, so I'll take it. Now we can walk over these cracks and they'll create little ghosts that destroy enemies, and that is ultimately not the worst thing in the world. We still have our Angel Room chance that you can see to the bottom left right there, so that is also quite nice. Our pill pool is hilariously terrible, but yeah, was definitely hoping for a little bit more there than we ultimately acquired, but I'll take what I can get, I suppose. And we're just gonna stick with this. We have found the secret room, the super secret room, and all the other good stuff, so let's just destroy these 2 buckets and then be on our way. Not too exciting. I'm kind of curious if you could like destroy these rocks and that it just makes a big bridge like some of the other big bridges. But I don't know if I can reach it, unfortunately. I guess with like Mr. Mega you'd be able to reach it. Or with flight, but if you have flight then you don't have to worry about those rocks either, so it's like, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. But whatever. The Diplopia actually ended up giving us a little bit of damage to work with, so I can kind of appreciate that at least. Curse of the Unknown again. But I am somewhat aware what my health is, so that's not too bad. That ring is actually helping out more than I expected. Admittedly, we're finding a lot of enemies that are trying to get really, really close to us all the time, but still, it's actually quite nice. Not loving that we have to deal with that room as a lost later, but sure, I suppose. Yeah, another one. It actually do get frozen quite a bit as long as I just keep moving like a... well, someone that yearns for death, but hopefully we can avoid that feeling a little bit. These ghosts are very capable of dealing with the enemies in the corners here, so that's nice. Don't need to get close to them because that will make them just spawn enemies all the time, which can be rather treacherous, but fortunately we do not have to deal with it. Do want to keep at least 2 bombs at the end of the day so I can open the door to the mines at the end of this as well. And over here we just need to look at the one that lights up and then avoid that one. That one worked out fairly easily. One thing you also have to look out for with Leo is once you are the Lost, you can still just run over rocks and destroy stuff, and obviously that's a really easy way to die in this game, so I'm a little bit concerned about it, but hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Also, the ghost isn't really doing that much in this room in particular, just because there's so many enemies all the time everywhere. But we have dealt with most of the nastiness, at least. And now to just try and kill this last champion. There we go. Very nice. Our fears are gone. I'm not sure if the secret room is over here, but it would be kind of nice because then we could enter our shop without spending a key on it. That is a forget-me-now. That's tempting, actually. Because even though I do like the poop trinket combination that we have going on right now, an extra floor can get you a lot of good items as well, and it does make life a little bit easier if you just get a good floor in general. This is not super exciting. We don't actually have friends to duplicate yet, which doesn't help. I'm not sure which floor I'd like to duplicate though, because I am struggling a bit with these earlier floors I'm noticing, but we'll see, I suppose. These floors probably are easier than the mines, I would say, or at least the ash pit. The ash pit is just filled with nastiness that I don't really want to deal with. Whereas this floor, I guess, hopefully isn't too bad. This room is also a little bit easier with Leo just because all the danger gets removed by destroying those rocks. Flight obviously also does effectively the same thing in that room, which is nice. And let's just quickly look for the item room before moving on. I could use the forget-me-now in the curse room. We'd only have to take 1 hit of damage, which would be kind of nice. Would make life a little bit safer for sure. And maybe in the curse room we can get some decent items as well. But it ultimately depends. I just don't... it's a shame to get rid of the poop with the poop trinket as well, because it does lead to a lot of consumables right now, especially like coins. Obviously the red hearts aren't as exciting because I can't really do anything with them just yet. If we find a dark bum or something like that, then at least we'd be able to use some of those, but... yeah, I don't know. Aquarius, I mean... it's just not that good. That's nothing, I think, as this character, because we don't have red hearts and it only activates with red hearts to my knowledge. If it doesn't, then we're dead, but... hopefully it just doesn't activate as this character. Wormwood, I mean, not the hardest boss in the game for sure. Apparently Wormwood eats bombs as well, which I never actually knew, but I was told. I'm willing to believe it. Yeah, look at that. That actually does a lot of damage as well. Yeah, that is fairly effective. I'm making holes in bad places, but hopefully that'll work out. Yeah, 1 bomb is more or less enough to just destroy him, which is rather nice. That's some extra health in an angel room as well. Well, I mean, I guess it's not amazing, but it'll do. It's more defense again, which is kind of nice. You can create these shields by attacking twice. Should I go for the angel? I guess. Oh, he got frozen by the ring immediately and just became invisible instead. That was interesting. Didn't expect that to happen. Mostly doing the angel just so we have some higher angel room chances afterwards with the key piece. Hoping that'll help us out a little bit. Just gonna mostly rely on these little ghosts as well because, quite frankly, my tier damage is fairly atrocious, but the ghosts seem to be doing a pretty alright job so far. Wherever the ghosts are now, though, I can't actually see. It might be behind a pillar or something. I have to assume it's over here. Yeah. That's a sneaky place to hide a ghost, but fair enough. Yeah, I do like this. This is actually not a terrible strategy because you can just stay away from all the enemies all the time. Plus, while I'm running through the room, I'm hitting most of these by accident, so that's helping. That's working out. Alright, so still need to get the key piece. There is still the Forget Me Now. There is the Curse Room. So what we're going to do is first we're going to do this. We're going to get the Forget Me Now. If I not take damage going into the Curse Room, or leaving it rather, then that's fine. That's just nothing again. There's a lot of nothing items I'm starting to realize. But yeah, the Forget Me Now is effectively just an extra line of defense right now, which I'm hoping is going to work out. I'm hoping the Leo doesn't just destroy the mirror. That would be a pretty horrendous experience. That would be a pretty funny way to die at least, but obviously not ideal. But if we are in like super danger to die, then at least I can just teleport out, so that is at least kind of nice. We would be sacrificing the poop ultimately, which is not great, but it does make it a little bit more interesting to go for the boss, for instance, so I do kind of want to try and do that. And if we end up getting hit immediately, I can just Forget Me Now and leave and do the floor again. We'd be able to get another item maybe. Assuming we don't mess it up. That's an Eternal Heart, so that's at least one more heart to work with later on, so that's nice. The ghosts are spawning favorably, but they're not exactly attacking the right targets, but fair enough. And these enemies aren't really as bothersome with flight, so being the Lost here isn't that detrimental, fortunately. Come on. But we do still have to go to the other side of the room, which I'm not looking forward to. Fortunately, only one enemy remains. We have enough damage here to deal with everything. Notice the long pause before finishing that sentence. But it ended up working out. I don't mind it. We got 3 bombs, so even if things go horribly wrong, that's not too bad. I'm just going to use the flame here to deal with the majority. Not sure if I've missed any tinted rocks on this floor so far, but I'm fairly sure I haven't. But I should probably be destroying rocks all over the place in case I want to just get the most out of our consumables here. Please be nice. Ooh, that was a dangerous choice that I made there, but it ended up working out. I could have probably avoided going over the pit with the enemies spawning out of it, but you know, I made my choices. I stand by it. There is a ghost in the middle here. Do need to be at least a little bit careful. The scary bucket is gone, so that's nice. And we're slowly but surely making our way through here. Again, this room not that troublesome. Especially with flight, we can't even get hit by anything here, so that's nice. I haven't seen my super secret room yet, but I also don't really have the bombs for it, I suppose. I'm just gonna hang out over here. Ooh, that actually got really close there for a second, but it worked out. Just gonna hang out. The ghosts are actually telling me where the boss is, so that's nice. Yeah, that bomb, having the enemy eat the bomb is actually a fairly effective way to deal with this boss, I'm realizing now. This obviously isn't really that good, but there we go. Nothing to fear. We get some extra health for dealing with the boss. Don't really care about that too much. Is there anything else I would like to do here? I kind of want to redo the floor, you know? Because I don't hate the idea. Obviously my health could benefit from a better build. I don't think if I become the Lost, this door opens, right? But I'm not 100% sure. Actually a little curious if that works, because if it does work, then that would obviously be a pretty nice way to get one more boss room item before we leave here. Yeah, it doesn't work. Because technically our health is like at a higher level than minimum, so it's technically. I don't like technically. Yeah, it's tricky. I think I'm just gonna do it though. I'm gonna use the Forget Me Now. I'm hoping that that's not gonna bite me in the butt. Probably should have taken another trinket if there was one on this floor. I do need to do one room as the Lost now because I was still the Lost upon entering this floor, but oh god. I was gonna say it doesn't look too bad, but then these guys appeared. Please don't kill me with a poop. That would be such a strange way to die. But it ended up working out, I'd say. Let's just leave that room and re-enter. We got a lucky penny. We get some more health from a tinted rock. Might as well destroy all these rocks as well. And our health situation is definitely getting a lot better. Our money situation is pretty good as well, which I'm happy with. These things are spawning in awkward spots, and I'm trying to go for them a little bit too much, perhaps. Oh, God. I do like it when they start spinning, though. I mean, it's not very effective, obviously, but it does look fun. Buckets, 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 buckets. All in all, a good time. I think you can destroy these rocks as well with Stompy, but it doesn't always work, and that time I just ran into an enemy, which also isn't a great way to retain health. But, you know, I've made my choice. I stand by it. As with all my other choices. What's done is done. I cannot return to a time where I didn't walk into that enemy, and I will live with it. Wheel of Fortune, I guess, is kind of nice just because we do... I kind of want to go for the secret room as well. I'm a little tempted by Minecrafter, you know, just because it is just a bunch of free bombs, and that is something we are actively not getting. And we don't have an active item right now, so I'm actually just going to take that. I don't know what the other item was going to be. It might have been better. But now we can just keep creating these barrels that we can blow up, and it's just really nice. Luck up, nice. That could end up being interesting later if we find any luck-based item. We have 4 luck already, so that's looking pretty good. There is a bunch of fool's gold here, so it's likely that we're going to have enough money to buy just about anything we want at the shop, so that's nice. And yeah, I'm getting actually like really appreciative of the ring for sure, because it is freezing a lot of enemies. It's also making me realize how close I actually am to enemies on most days, which I guess might be a bad habit, arguably, but I don't know, I'd say it's working out. Kind of want to blow up that shopkeeper as well, you know, but we'll see what we can do here. Lunch for 2 bosses. If we can teleport out of there, I'm a little tempted, but not really too interested to fight 2 bosses for the sake of getting 1 soul heart. That is not exactly something I want to bother with. I wanted to blow up something else, but I think that was before I realized where the secret room was. I don't think I actually want to bother with that now, so we're just going to leave that alone. Might not go for the mirror again if I can help it, because really any time I don't need to be the lost is a good day, so I think that is just a way of life that I'd like to retain. I also just immediately placed that barrel there because I figured as much. And plus it will recharge the moment we're done with this room anyway. We should have enough bombs to blow up the door at the end of this floor, which is nice. Yeah, that should not be a problem. We can just use the Minecrafter and 1 bomb, and that will be enough to win. Otherwise, we can also just technically clear a couple more rooms as the loss, but it's not really sounding too tempting. Don't really want to deal with this. Also, don't really want to use that in the middle of a fight because I know I'm just going to walk over it and it'll hurt. I'm actually kind of surprised that I have not taken damage from the things that I'm dropping, because I figured walking over those things would probably just blow them up immediately, but I guess it's working out somehow. With that in mind, I might actually just go for the deck of cards just to make life a little bit safer. Obviously, Red Stew is going to get taken as well. But yeah, I might actually just go for this. Emperor card, that's not bad. Especially if I just use it immediately on the next floor. This is a boss that I have messed up enough that I'm just not going to bother with it. As the loss, because it's quite a trek after all. So let's just leave. There is a lot of rocks here. Not sure if any of them are tinted. There is a mushroom over there, which... Oh, there is a tinted rock here. That's nice. Oh, with a stapler. That's even nicer. That is extra damage. Plus 14 damage. That seems right. Fully accept that as my new damage situation. And I'm tempted to just go for the boss immediately, you know? Yeah. Let's just open this. Open both of these chests and then skedaddle. Onwards to the boss, the Great Gideon. We'll just destroy these rocks from the get-go to make life a little bit easier, but yeah, I don't mind having large quantities of damage while fighting these bosses over, or these waves of enemies here, I suppose. or whatever boss comes our way. Maybe we'll still have some of it available for the next floor, but I'm going to say that's unlikely. Especially given how long this boss generally takes to kill. Even with decent damage like we have right now, it does take a minute to just clear all the waves, unfortunately. So, kind of a shame for the red stew, but simultaneously having killed 2 bosses with it is a pretty standard amount of bosses to kill with red stew, I suppose. Plus with the Emperor card, we ended up getting a lot of use out of it. Still want to look for my item room on this floor though, but it is kind of nice to just get this fight out of the way just because it can be kind of tricky, I suppose. Especially when bomb flies just spawn right next to you like that. That is not nice. Oh god, I need to stop standing in front of him. The downside of going into the boss room immediately, of course, is that you cannot increase your devil deal chances by destroying rocks and things. Also, I guess this is the floor with the key, which I didn't even keep in mind. No, it's not. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just got in here. I'm just mistaking my buttons. Also, I guess I could have just pressed 2 buttons and finished that room immediately, but, I mean, what can you do? You live and learn. I believe the ghosts also deal damage based on the amount of damage your tears do, so it is kind of nice to have high damaging tears with the ghosts, because they will just destroy everything. Every poop I will just walk over. Strength card, it's at least temporary health and damage, so that's not too bad. I guess I'll take starter deck as well, yeah. Especially with our pill pool being what it is, I don't actually mind just having cards all over the place. So yeah, that sounds fine. What is this though? Death? Yeah, I'll take that for the big room over there. That seems perfectly reasonable. Especially against a whole bunch of spiders like this. Unfortunately, we still have to deal with the spiders underneath the rocks at the end of the day. But at least it takes care of the rocks on top of their little heads, so all in all, pretty effective way to deal with our issues there. Now, I kind of want to increase my health situation a little bit more because, well, for one, we have taken a bit of damage, and at the end of the mines, we will need to take 2 hearts of damage again to actually open that door, so would like to make sure that we have enough available for that. And so far, this floor isn't really giving me what I want, unfortunately. Also gotta watch out to kill these. Ooh, the ghost actually killed him and it didn't make the fire spawn. That's interesting. I did not anticipate that to happen, but that's certainly a nice way to live life, I guess. Also, definitely feel like I should destroy all the rocks here for another crawl space, perhaps. With another, I mean, a crawl space. Because I think with this many rocks, I feel like I have to. Plus, there might just be a tinted rock that I haven't noticed yet, which obviously would be kind of nice. Moon card. I don't know what my secret room is. I might actually just end up using that instead, rather than looking for it. We don't really have bombs anyway, so don't hate it. Not loving these enemies, though. Taking a lot of damage on these floors. Hoping that we can avoid it a little bit more in the future mines, but we'll just do our best. Infestation 2, that's pretty good. That is going to create a lot of spiders, which will help us out a little bit, hopefully. 0 crawl spaces here, which is unfortunate, but a bad curse room, though, so that's fun. Judgment, Strength, and Wheel of Fortune. I'll go for Judgment, I think. Just because of that increased devil deal chance. Obviously, we won't need it for the next floor, because I think we'll be at 100%, but other than that, it's pretty good, I suppose. High Priestess, don't really need that. It could be an Angel Beggar, which I guess could be kind of good, but that's very specifically for the next floor, where I'm probably not actually going to use the Judgment card. But it would give us extra Angel Room chances if we blew up the Demon Beggar at the end of the day, so that might end up coming into play as well. And yeah, I'm gonna see if this super secret room is over here. And indeed it is. It does often spawn next to a shop. And this was no exception, fortunately. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything in there which we could use, but you know. Oof, yeah, this is a pretty rough health situation, and I do hope that we can make something more of it on this floor, because that was not a floor filled with health. It was very much the opposite. I know I'm gonna get yelled at if I don't take this, so I'm actually, for once, I'm just gonna do it. Especially with high luck, those gloves should make an appearance every now and then, which is gonna be interesting. It mostly knocks enemies away, which does have its uses for sure. but I'm mostly I'm mostly aware of it being used in multiplayer and getting enemies knocked into my face. But that should not be a problem now. And as such, we get to hear the comical boxing glove sounds that this item makes, and there's something to be said about that at the end of the day. We no longer have the red stew effect, unfortunately, because we did spend some time on the previous floor, but our damage is at least kind of okay. I wouldn't mind a little bit more tier 8, but other than that, it's pretty reasonable. And those boxing gloves are actually doing a pretty decent amount of work there. Alright, nearly got that done. That's another judgment card. I guess I'm just gonna look for a wall. Also, we're not actually at a 100% chance yet, which I kind of thought we were, but I guess not. But now we are getting pretty damn close to that. Didn't expect the secret room not to be there, but now that I see this room, not overly surprised, I suppose, because it would be impossible, but I was not aware of this room at that point in time. I'm still gonna use the other judgment card, probably somewhere on this floor as well. Is that true? Might not, actually. There's not really a reason why I would have to. Might be worth just keeping it, especially since I can't carry 2 cards with me anyway, so I might as well. Those boxing gloves are actually killing enemies pretty good. Isn't like damage when you knock enemies into the wall or something like that? There's something about that, I think. I want to believe that's true at least, and that's good enough for me. At least this floor so far has been a little bit kinder to us, which is nice. It's a battery arrow walk. I mean, can be good. Does have its moments. Just gonna let you fly in there. Let you fly in there. It didn't quite happen in time, unfortunately. Enemy just wasn't really interested. He tried one attack and then went to sleep. But it ended up working out. Could go for that key, I guess. Do I want to? Not really. Yeah, high luck with this is an exciting experiment, because if you have just high enough luck, it's just boxing gloves all the time, and then you get to hear a lot of punching. Charge Baby is never bad, so that doesn't really change. 22 bombs, not bad either. We do still need to blow up a shopkeeper, but I kind of want to check out the secret room before... I already blew him up. Didn't even finish the sentence. But I made my choice. Let's just press that. And there is another shopkeeper in here, but doesn't have coins in his eyes. It's still going to blow him up because we have 22 bombs available, but didn't end up getting something. We got spiders out of those spiders, which looks fun. But other than that, not much going on. Alright, so just going to leave those cards over there because I'm never quite sure if one of them disappeared. Oh god, that looks wrong. Never step on the train with the ring, because it does not know where the train leads and it gets confused. But we made it here safe and sound. We got 5 hearts, which is not what I want to be at, but hopefully we can find some more soul hearts somewhere on this floor. There's a tinted rock here that I can't do anything with because I do not have bombs in this current situation. I do not think I'm going to get bombs either. Looking forward to 6 hearts dropping from this. 1 at least, which is already more than... There's even another tinted rock in that room. If we actually find a bomb that I can pick up, I'm actually kind of tempted to go back to that because I wouldn't mind having the health for it. Oh god, that was a dead end. Did not expect those rocks to line up the way that they did, but they did line up the way they did. They sure did. But we made it through fairly safe and sound. I can create a little bridge over there if we throw that right. Try that again. Definitely did that wrong. Well, we can create a long route instead, which is exciting. It's not really that much longer either because we already created a pretty big path over here as well, so it doesn't ultimately matter. But, you know, it's nice when your first plan works immediately. It makes you feel better about life usually. Go away, please. I did that wrong. Ay, ay, ay. That's not how you retain health. That's not how you retain health at all. Oh well. I might take strength over arrow walk, I guess, because I do not really care that much about arrow walk, I suppose. So, yeah, I guess I'll do that. Really not happy about my health right now, though. Especially since we do have to sacrifice 2 hearts as well. Like, the main reason I'm this character is so I can get a little bit more health compared to the keeper. And now look at me. I got like one hit more. It's just not quite enough. This is probably a super secret room, right? Yeah. I'll take that. We can make a couple cards with that, which is nice. There is the boss room waiting for us. We have really high Angel Room and Devil Deal chances, but I'm hoping for either... Oh god. Either an Angel Room with just some cool stuff, or a Devil Deal with Black Hearts, I guess. That would be kind of nice. Another Judgment card. I guess I could just give you money. I do have a decent amount of money at least, and we can blow up the donation machine as well if needed. Blue map, that's not bad. Alright. Boop, boop, boop. Full card. I mean, if we want to check out the curse room, I guess that's not too bad, because it means that we'd only have to take half a heart of damage, but that's about it. Ugh. The tough twins. Not the best, not the worst, I suppose. Just gonna hang out over here with these bombs. And not worry about life too much, I guess. I can also just Leo my way around and just destroy everything, which is nice. Yeah, I guess this is not too bad. This boss is dying fairly quickly. It's split into two, which I didn't actually know happened with that boss, so that's exciting. It is a Devil Deal. And also not a health up. Which are two things I'm not overly excited about. So let's just open this. Two of clubs. We have enough bombs. That's good. There's a baby we cannot actually take because we'd be dead. But we did get the tears up, kind of, so I suppose that's nice. I think I'm gonna risk the curse room and regret it. That is going to be the plan of action here. The plan of action is regret. That's always what you want to hear. Oh well, let's see if we can make something happen here. I really don't think I missed any tinted rocks either. I could technically go for the boss challenge room, but I'd have to go to 1 heart instead of 1.5, and I do not like that idea at all. But it is technically an option. Yeah. And it was worth. Hey, very nice. We have gained half a soul heart through our efforts. And all we had to do was fight off fear. But we made it through. I could actually just get these keys thinking about it, because I have 37 bombs and not as many keys, so I guess it's probably not a bad trade at this moment in time. I guess I'll buy that as well, but I do hope that we're gonna get some help somewhere in this run, because I'm getting a little nervous that this is becoming a repeat of our previous attempt at trying to win here. Alright, so let's just do this. Hoping that we can get another soul heart. Nope. Not much of anything, unfortunately. Shame. We do have a lot of bombs, so we can at least look for stuff, I suppose. We can look for secret rooms, especially with the blue map. It shouldn't be too hard to find our secret rooms, I suppose. Don't do that, though. I am starting to realize I do not know the attacks of the monsters in this place. We'll see if we make it through, though. One. Well. Yep, right. Let's just get that increased Devil Deal chance, an Angel Room chance, and hope that we can get something with that. Maybe we can get Flight or a Hangman card or something somewhere. That'd be kind of neat. Oh god. Fortunately, that room worked the way I had hoped, and they didn't continue firing after the buttons were pressed, so that worked out. There was not a switch behind that big pillar to kill all the enemies, which is unfortunate. But there is a lucky penny. 5 luck right now. Using up all my keys, but we did get a soul heart and some tear rate there. A lot of tear rate. 1.15? How's my tear rate so high? That's unusual. Actually don't fully understand why my tear rate's so high, but there's probably some item that's making it go up a little bit more than I am used to, which is, I guess, quite nice. Also, for some reason, thought that these were the rocks that, like, fly towards you, but they're not. But it was kind of interesting to see the ghost, like, free the rock, so it could actually do something, so that's at least kind of nice. That's a surprising thing right there. And I guess I'll go for Mom's Pearl because I really could use some more soul hearts. Don't hate that idea. Oh, this tear rate's nice though. This is actually doing some work. A lot of boxing gloves as well, so we can keep enemies at bay. I wouldn't mind a little bit more range actually, you know, because it can get kind of tricky to actually hit the enemies. But I guess we do also still have our little ghost friends. Well then. That's some garbage. Yep. Let's just fix that up. Alright. Cool. Yeah, flesh isn't that great. And neither is that. This is not a good build. This is rough. But you know what? Fair enough. It's fine. That's a room that's easier with Leo. Because you can just walk through everything. You know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're just not gonna blow that up immediately. We're gonna leave that one there for now, because I think that's gonna end up being useful later on. Don't care for this too much, but it worked out. We are not gonna find Greed in our secret room, so let's not find him here either. Thank you. Didn't mean to touch that, but fine. It's part of the mom transformation, I suppose, and it doesn't really matter money-wise either, so fair enough, but probably not the best way I could have spent that money. I mean, what we have right now is tier rate and some damage, so at least it's not nothing, but it's dangerously close to nothing, which I'm not loving. There was not a button there for that purpose of killing everything. There was a button here to get to these things, which does have a soul heart inside. Lover's card, not immediately useful. And we managed to get rid of the shielding enemies. Leo is actually working out a lot. Leo is actually doing way more work than it has any right to do, but it is working out. Like, this room would have been really irritating without it, and it actually ended up being really powerful. I might actually give that beggar some money as well. Am I? I think I've destroyed a beggar already, right? Have I destroyed a beggar? I just don't remember. We're gonna do it. We have. Unfortunate. Did get a luck up though. What a reasonable amount of luck that we're having here. I do not mind it. I kind of want to clear one room before creating some more cards, but I don't really want it to be the big room either. But it probably is going to be the big room at the end of the... I guess I'll do some walking here. It is going to be the big room. Hey, look at that. We are getting somewhere. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. That room more or less clears itself. And then it's just a really, really big room with not the scariest enemies in a really, really big room. Usually these enemies are just put in like little segments throughout the room where you have to teleport in between spaces, and they do become a little bit more dangerous because you're fighting in a smaller area, but in a big room these enemies don't do that much. 2 of clubs. One thing we were lacking was bombs, of course, so it only makes sense. I might actually open these locks, you know? But let's quickly run to that big battery over there and recharge our item, get one more card that might end up being useful. You make mistakes, it is only natural. Technically not even the worst advice, so could have been worse. Let's try that again though. Your princess is in another castle. We're really learning so much. At least we're getting the useful advice rather than just garbage, you know? So that's at least kind of nice. There's Ragman showing up like he's not just a basement boss. But he is just a basement boss. Wow, we're getting a lot of soul hearts. Maybe that Mom's Pearl is actually doing some decent work here as well, because we are getting a lot of soul hearts. Definitely don't mind it. Because it does make life a lot safer as this character, as every other character, except Bethany in some instances, I guess. It doesn't really matter too much, but this one is just very happy with soul hearts. I think I might still put some coins in that machine, though. I don't think it's affected by luck, but I do like to believe that with 6 luck we're going to get at least 1 soul heart with 33 coins left. Sun card, that's full mapping. That's it, and it clears a room as well, so I guess that's pretty good. If we find it like a big room, it's actually not too terrible. Shame we can't get that red heart heal, but it is what it is. I think I'll just keep the trinket that I have right now because I feel like, I don't know how much it has changed my drops so far, but I do feel like it has worked out a little bit at least. And that is the end of the machine. Not bad. This is becoming a lot more manageable, and I really didn't think this would be the floor where that would be the case, but then we fight the heretic, which is a boss that I haven't fought in a bit, so this might end up becoming worrying. You have to stand in like really specific spots to avoid some of his attacks, notably his weird brimstone things, so I'm hoping that I still kind of remember how to do this because I genuinely have not fought this boss in quite a while. God. Genuinely surprised that worked out, but fair enough. This is the one where you have to like pay attention to the order in which these things are thrown down, and that's the order. I think I can stand here? Nope. I could have just stood to the very far like right side of the room, unfortunately, but yeah, fair enough. It was a couple of hits. It could have been a lot worse, I suppose. I'll just take that. We did end up getting another soul heart and another luck up as well. Yeah, let's just go. That's fine. I don't mind using my sun card on this floor pretty much anywhere, but a big room would be nice, of course. But some of these enemies will catch me off guard if I'm not ready for them, so I would not mind it if they just die to a card instead. Red chest, 2 cards, stars, and Wheel of Fortune. It has been the red card I've been getting a lot lately, so it only makes sense. Alright. There is an item room waiting for us over here. Emperor card, not bad. Once again, a great choice of items in our item room. I will once again just go for it. I mean, it's not even terrible, you know, but I kind of like the card thing we've got going on. Also, that is just really good. That will kill a boss. I will just take that with us to the mother fight, I think, because that will help us win a lot. We can pretty much just skip the first phase, or the second phase if we want to. So obviously, that's not too bad. We've been getting many crawl spaces with destroying the millions of rocks that we've seen in this run so far as well. It's really been working out. But I would say overall that Leo has done a lot more for me this run than I ever could have anticipated, so I'm not even too disappointed either. This is a room like this is definitely a lot scarier with these enemies, just because suddenly there's just a lot more in a tinier space. But then again, if you have boxing gloves, then what fears do you still have left at that point, you know? Because you can't stop these hands. I mean, then occasionally a sun card is still quite nice. Justice is also quite nice as well. Let's go back to get that other card though. Do you think there's a button here? Oh yeah, for a battery, that's nice. I was kind of meaning a button that kills enemies, but I guess that kind of button is actually even better. Judgment, I have 67 bombs. I don't need to be that particular about where I'm placing them. I guess I could have used Judgment next to a barrel. Would have saved 1 bomb at the end of the day, but yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't really matter that much. Stars? Ooh, or Emperor. Yeah, I guess I do want to have Emperor and Chaos card. I think that is the combo that I would like to have for the last floor, at least for sure. Just because of the instant win that you get from that, so yeah, not a bad deal. This is also certainly a room that I'm just not going to touch more than I have to, and there is another beggar. Does the beggar die if you just have the rock mounted? No. Let's have you just sit over there. Maybe we can get something by just giving him some money. Not sure if I should be doing this if there's something good in my shop, but also noticing that he's throwing the item directly in the path of that rock right there, but fair enough. I'm not mad. Lucky foot. We did need more luck ups. I guess it would have been nice if we still had pills at this point to have the lucky foot, but for the luck up, I don't mind it either. We have 8 luck. Our tiers are more often boxing gloves than regular tiers, it feels, so that is pretty neat. And I'm hoping that that'll save the day for sure. Ooh, gotta watch out for these enemies, but I guess I can just keep them at bay with these attacks, then they're not too terrifying either. But I guess I can't actually guarantee that they are going to get knocked away every time I shoot a tier. Technically, even though my luck is ridiculous. Oh god. Oh boy. Don't like these rooms very much. Big rooms with semi-homing brimstone attacks seems pretty rude. Do I want to blow up stuff for a stopwatch? I think if I were to be the Lost or something, I'd consider it. As it stands, since we still also have some floor left to explore in the secret room, I just have a lot of money. I'm probably not gonna do it. Also, given my health situation right now, I mean, okay. Okay. I guess that's also an acceptable choice. We just have everything instead, including a soul heart. And not worry about life. We somehow still have 12 coins left after that exchange. So all in all, a pretty good secret room, I'd say. This is, I think, called a puzzle. But I think I can just cheese it a bit if I do this. Yeah. Just a little bit of the old diagonal movement. Probably was a way to do that that's less iffy, but it worked out. It worked out. Nothing to worry. Not liking the amount of rocks currently in my nearby vicinity, but I guess I have stepped on a lot of rocks, that it makes sense that the ghosts of these rocks are ready to haunt me with their friends. Hierophant. Very good. Let's just... Hopefully the door is there, and it was. Very nice. You'd think one day I'd learn where those doors are and be confident about my choices of where I place those bombs, but somehow that's just one of those things that just doesn't go in me. Moon, strength, and tower? Oh, that's fun. Well, we have some new rocks. And guess who can just walk through all of these and hopefully get some cool stuff. Because I think occasionally, like more than occasionally even, there's tinted rocks in these rock clusters that are created with the tower cards. So yeah, look at that. Very nice. Look at our health situation now. Everything's actually pretty okay. Still gonna stick with the Emperor Chaos card combo though. Assuming I do that right, of course. Ultimately I did, but took a minute. Ah, this is mean. Have to walk around. Yeah, I'd say that this build is, I mean, it's suddenly filled with health. Damage-wise, it's fine. But having a Chaos card, Emperor card is also just a nice combination of events, really. So I don't mind that too much. We have the stopwatch as well, which meant that I didn't take damage from the foot stomping on me there, because I would have otherwise. I'm pushing the eye off screen. And then Depression even ended up doing some damage there as well with the holy shot thing there. That was a weird battle, but sure, I'll take it. I guess I'll go for the Polaroid just because we have so many soul hearts anyway. Ooh. Kinda have to go for the mind, I think. I mean, Book of Virtues... also not terrible, especially with the shields at the end. Oh, that's a choice. Both of these are good. I guess I'll just go for this because it's kind of more fun. And let's go fight an angel as well. Why not? Could have saved myself a bomb with Leo there, but didn't. Look at this damage with the boxing gloves, though. Just gotta get them against the wall, but after that, they are toast. Very nice. Very good. Wouldn't even mind using a Chaos card on this fight, you know, because I tend to take damage here because, quite frankly, I don't know this boss very well. I am not very familiar with where to stand during this boss fight, and usually I just have so much damage that it doesn't matter that much. But there are some of these attacks which just go really quickly. And they can be rather terrifying for sure. I could also just use some bombs, I think, but... How often do we get this many boxing gloves? Also, I guess with stopwatch, this is not nearly as bad as it otherwise would be because you have a lot more time to see where you have to stand for these attacks, which is nice. Oh, right, and then the tears and the brimstone happen at the same time, which is one I always forget about as well. Fortunately, we're technically not in the womb yet, so we're not taking full hearts of damage from these hits. And we just get a Hierophant card for free as well, so, you know, if that just keeps happening every time we take damage, then we're not going to be in trouble ever. It does remove every consumable from the floor once you do that, which is unfortunate, because there were still some soul hearts on the floor, but I guess I don't really have a way to get back there anyway. Curse of Darkness. Ugh. I don't want to deal with that a whole lot, if I'm being honest here, but fair enough. Fortunately, Stopwatch is making everything real slow, but yeah, not loving this. I could, I guess, just use the Emperor card here as well. Don't even hate it that much. At most, I could maybe get like... well, I could have like Curse of the Lost on the next floor and then I'm just going to be miserable. So I think I'm actually just going to do this instead. Because now at least we know where the super secret room are, and often it does at least tend to sort of lead to the boss room, kind of, maybe. So I'm hoping that's just going to be the case this time as well. But it's been an interesting run so far, at least. It's been a lot of trying. We have so much luck. It's not like been the most ridiculous build, it's just that our luck is so high that we have some options here, which is nice. We are just shooting boxing gloves at this point. We have a luck stat of 9. That's just so much. And we are getting these super secret rooms as well, which just have all the devil deal chance in the world. Eternal Heart somewhere there. Yeah, definitely didn't take us to the boss room, unfortunately, but it's just boxing gloves now. I think we might have actually capped on luck for this item. I'll take this to a room. Preferably the one that's at least kind of medium size, so we can just turn that into a bunch of hearts and then call it a day. Do still need to unlock that Ace of Spades as well, but we'll get around to that when we get around to that. There's also Blackheart in the room that we used the Ace of Hearts on, so I'm assuming that'll just be somewhere here. Yeah, Soul Heart as well. Where's the Blackheart? There it is. That's nice. That makes life a little bit easier. Not that our health situation was particularly terrible at that point, but still, any way to improve it is never bad. Keep... it doesn't even matter at this point, but they just keep appearing. And it never will. I don't think it's going to stop making me laugh at any time soon, so that's fun. Probably should have just gone for the big room there immediately, but I was kind of hoping maybe not today. But it is what it is. Sun card, though, immediately before the room. That's nice. Simplifies things a bit, especially given what that room was. It did not look like a room I wanted to deal with, and that is correct. Perthrow, Devil, Hunger Lives. I guess I'll take Perthrow into the room at least, because that seems nice. So what do we have? Oh, because I used Sun card. I was like, why do I have a full map? But I did just use a Sun card, I guess. That did just occur. Like, damage-wise, I'm happy that we got a Chaos card, because otherwise we would be busy with that first phase. I don't know, I guess it might actually be kind of good to fight the first phase, just to have some practice with it. I don't hate that idea. I'm not going to use that anytime soon. This is unfortunately kind of nothing, but I need to pick up way more hearts for this to be useful. Yeah, you know, I might actually just fight the first phase and then just Chaos card the second one. Because the second one's not that exciting. I mean, there's a lot of tears, obviously, to dodge, but it's a lot of the same attacks. There's a lot of moments where the boss just stands still as well, so I think I might just do that. Might as well get some practice in, because it is just nice to know how to fight that boss, and quite frankly, I don't feel that comfortable with that boss right now. If this causes the run to die, I mean, I'm going to be a little annoyed, but it won't be the end of the world, I suppose. Could have maybe cleared out 2 rooms before doing this, but yeah, what are you going to do? We have the Polaroid as well, so we have some defense. We have a tower card dropping from that, which is nice. I guess I might as well just use that. Try and get some extra damage in as well. Mostly it's just some of the attacks that aren't used as frequent. Like the knife attack, I'm aware of roughly where to be for that, but Mostly the attack where like rocks are getting thrown at you all the time. Because this isn't that difficult, especially with stopwatch. You just kind of run around. I have maxed out speed. It's not like anything's gonna happen here. To give me something else. There you go. What do I do for this? Because this is the attack that I really do struggle with more than anything else in the game, I feel. I do wonder if it is just a matter of doing this, because I don't know if this would work with like low speed or like low just bad stats, really. I don't know if that would always work with no stopwatch, I mean, specifically. This is also one of those attacks that you just don't see that frequently. But I do feel like the stopwatch is making this experience a little bit different than it ordinarily would be, just because you have so much more time to clear these enemies out. God, yeah, that was just really easy. Maybe I just panicked the last time, I guess. There is that possibility, but I don't know. That did not feel difficult, and I do strongly feel like the stopwatch had something to do with that for sure. Temperance. Anyway, I'd call that a run. I'd call that a run that made it to the end. We have the Eternal D6 in the basement, which I guess you have to unlock. I didn't even know that was an unlock thinking about it, because the Lost just starts with it anyway, but I guess the Lost has that even more now, so that's nice. But yeah, fair enough. That is another thing done as the blue baby. Just greedier mode remains for this character, and then it's another character done. So pretty good progress on it, I'd say. But yeah, that was the end of it. Hope you all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll do another one with a different character, and I hope to see y'all there. Bye bye.